Alright, this is for the Xbox fans. Disclaimer: I love what is best for me. Let's go back to Xbox, the OG, the one that competed with PS2. And let's start there. Xbox. It was an underdog when it came out, but it was the more powerful system, but it couldn't mess with PS2 at the time. I don't say that to be a PlayStation fanboy, because I'm not a fan in the sense of I'm diehard or whatever for any console or platform. I just prefer what's best for me. But at that time, PS2 was the king, all right? So, I don't think there's no real reason to go on or talk about that. Let's go to 360. 360 to me was the better console, man. Hands down, between PS3 and Xbox 360, man. It was the best. PS3 had some good stuff coming out, it wasn't no slouch. But I think what made 360 better, in my opinion, third-party support, man. The third-party games was on point. They simply played better on Xbox 360, right? So not everyone, but a lot of people went to Xbox 360 for the games, right? So they kind of made 360 the better system. Everything ran better, and they had a pretty good lineup of games on 360. So 360 was good, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, I think it was best to have both, 360 and PS3. But 360 was the better of the two consoles. So here we are now with Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Now, I mean, I listen to some of the videos and I look at the tweets. I know people, man. Now, I don't know people, but I see what people are saying. And I have to address this to the Xbox fans, because I'm one of y'all, man. I've been with the Xbox and the Microsoft community for a long time. And honestly, I'm still with them, because I PC game. You can't PC game and not be some sort of Microsoft fan, because it's Microsoft's platform for the most part. Most of that stuff runs on Windows, and that's Microsoft's baby. So there is that, and then there is the Xbox One. And as of right now, as of this recording, and as of my opinion at this moment, the PS4 is the better console. Now, I'm not gonna say it's because of the exclusives, because in my opinion, that's where Xbox One is winning right now. Xbox One has more exclusives. But, and to say, are those exclusives better or worth playing? That's a matter of personal opinion. My personal opinion about Xbox One exclusives, as of right now, it still does not make me want to jump in at all. And I played some of the games like Halo 5 and Tomb Raider, but Tomb Raider would have been one that would have made me probably get the console once in maybe about 2 years from now or something. I'm not finna buy a console for one game, but since it's coming out on PC, that's even less of a reason for me to get one. So I'll wait for the superior version to come out on PC. Well, hopefully it'll be the superior version, but Halo 5 was abysmal, man. It just doesn't have what 1, 2, and 3 had. Ever since 343 Studios took over, man, Halo just ain't been the same. That's my opinion. But the games like Quantum Break and shit, I can't think of another one, but they got a lot of exclusives coming for Xbox One. But I like Quantum Break, man. That shit look like it's gonna be awesome. The story looks like it's gonna be good. The gameplay looks like it's gonna be good too. You know, so Quantum Break looks like it's gonna be awesome. But I mean, outside of exclusives, it really seems like PS4 has it down, man. I'm not trying to put Xbox One down. It's a great system, man. But when it comes to the debate, and I know that I can't really say too much is gonna persuade anyone mind to think differently, and I'm not really trying to. I'm just putting my opinion out there, you know. If you like it, you like it, and if you don't, you don't. But it just seems like PS4 has it, man. And PS4 is, let me put it like this. I think what makes or breaks a console is the third-party support. And you can look at Nintendo, Microsoft, Sega, any console that has ever existed, man. The exclusives are going to be the exclusives to those platforms. But a lot of times what makes or breaks those platforms are the third-party games. The games that release on both platforms. And which one, you know, and which platform is going to be better. You can go back to Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. I was a fan of both systems back then, you know, Sega and Super, but I had a Sega. But I think Super Nintendo was the superior platform for a lot, you know, games-wise. When they had the third-party support and the games came out on both, they were usually superior on the Super Nintendo in terms of graphics anyway. Sega would probably trump, you know, in terms of speed of play. So it wouldn't look as good as the Super Nintendo version, but it would just play faster, I guess, smoother, however you want to put it. But that was then, and it was third-party support, man, that made a huge difference. Now fast forward to PlayStation and what is it, Sega Dreamcast and Sega Saturn. I mean, the third-party support that came out for PlayStation, and I mean Nintendo 64 too, but they came out for PlayStation, man, it just blew everything else out the water, man. It was no real competition for PlayStation at that time. I mean, the games they had that came out on other platforms, which was really on the Sega Saturn and nothing else, it was just PlayStation for the most part, and PlayStation was the one. Then PS2, hey, I think the ports between PS2 and Xbox 360, I think 360 had the better games in terms of third-party support. If you know, releasing both games on both systems or whatever. Like one of my favorite games, Midnight Club Double Edition 3 or whatever it was called, one of the third Midnight Club, the Double Edition joint, it was better on Xbox One in my opinion. But I mean, it was still good on PS2. But guess what though? It was just the third-party support and the exclusives combined on PS2 is what killed, you know what I'm saying, that generation. It was a combination of both, because honestly the third-party support, it was better. I mean, the games look better and played, I ain't gonna say played better, but they look better on Xbox 3, on Xbox, the OG Xbox, they look better, all right? But it was just, I guess, the exclusives or whatever, and you can only really call them exclusives on PS2 at that time because Xbox One was that Xbox, the OG Xbox was an emerging platform, so I guess a lot of folks didn't want to develop for it. But it was just the diversity of the games that were coming out, and most of those games that came out for PS2 were third party. They were just third party exclusive, because I don't think it was that way because they wanted it to be. Well, maybe they wanted it to be, but it was because I guess they didn't feel it was a need to develop for Xbox at that time. Now you look at 360 and PS3, the third party exclusives really made it, man, in that generation. I know I'm sounding like a broken record here, but this is the point I'm making. The third party support was a big factor, man. It was key. It was key to the success of that system. Although, you know, for deciding which system was the better system, or making sure they were both a success, however you want to put it, you know, blah blah blah. And so hold on for a second, let me in. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Hold on, what's up?
What you here for?
I gotta return some stuff, man.
Wait, why you gotta return?
Because I got some left.
No, you don't return nothing, man. You just give it to me.
I guess, man. If it was only that easy.
If only it was that easy.
Exactly. What's up? What's up?
Yeah.
But yeah, what was I? Oh yeah. But I just have to say, dog, or say, man, that this generation so far, man, PS4 is the better platform, not because of exclusives, but because of third-party support, and the games are just at 1080p for the most part. Now, the games so far on both platforms suck, man. They all seem, not all, but a lot of them, or the majority of them, seem to be struggling with playing at, you know, HD resolution, and not really 60 frames per second, but just 30 frames a second, man. It's not good. It's not good at all. You feel me? So it's just one of those things. But anyway, I gotta get out of here, man, because work is over for me, and let me do my thing. But all right, thank you for watching, and hopefully you liked the video, man, and subscribe. Thank you.